Getting a small business loan can still be tough, even though the economy has improved. Some banks just don't want to originate loans under $1 million, but the void is now being filled by non-traditional lenders. And as Sharon Epperson reports, that helped one small business owner finance his company's rapid expansion.
There's a specialty coffee craze brewing in New York City, and Joe Coffey is at the forefront of shops that are picking up steam.
Once they discover you, once they sort of become part of your following, they won't go anyplace else. They find a way to go to Joe 7 days a week.
Joe Coffey owner Jonathan Rubenstein says his business has a loyal following, and that has enabled this family-run enterprise to expand to 12 locations in just 12 years.
12 years ago, we really started by borrowing money from family, from friends. We would give people little pieces of the business in exchange, or we would just borrow money and give them interest.
But at some point you had to say, okay, I've tapped all my family, my friends, everybody's invested in this. I know you still have family members who are investors. So for money, eventually you have to go outside and look at lenders.
That's true, and that's where I turn to our COO and say, we want to do a new shop, go raise the money.
Brandon Wall, Joe Coffey's COO, opted not to use a traditional bank to secure financing.
When we're looking at a new location, we want to get that lease signed before one of our competitors signs it. We can't spend a month and a half or 2 months going through the traditional loan process with a big bank.
Small business lending has been slow to improve even as the U.S. economy recovers. But there's a new crop of lenders that are filling the void. They're making loans of less than $1 million to entrepreneurs who are looking for a faster alternative to financing their business, just like Joe Coffey.
So there are a handful of different structural problems which make it difficult for banks to finance the small business community. On the one hand, with Basel III requirements, they're forced to hold more capital on their balance sheet for smaller loans. So often it's more profitable for them to make larger dollar loans to bigger businesses than it is to make thousands of smaller loans to smaller companies.
Even for small businesses that are healthy, profitable, and growing, trying to get financing is a challenging place to be, which is why Joe Coffey decided to go with small business lender Bond Street to finance its 11th location.
If you see a space that's great and you want it, you need to be willing to commit and have the money in the bank.
In 6 business days, we were able to get $200,000 to open our 11th location.
And now Bond Street is helping Joe Coffey finance another location. And speed is key. It's that quick access to capital that's giving a major jolt to small businesses like Joe Coffey. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Sharon Epperson.